in company. Lord, how can I replace your love? You got so much to give, and you got so much to lend. I don't deserve what you give. No, I do not deserve your love. You got so much to give, and you got so much to lend. I don't deserve it. You keep giving me so much love, so much love, so much love, so much love. Whoa, Lord, how can I replace your love? You got so much to give. You give so much love, so much love. Whoa. So much. So much.
Synergy team here? My Synergy here? I can't hear you. Hey, can't hear you. Hey, can't hear you. Hey, can't hear you. Hey, hey, we about to get you hype. We about to get you real hype. We about to get you hype. We about to get you real hype. We about to get you hype. We about to get you real hype. We about to get you hype. We about to get you real hype. All right, freeze, ladies, freeze. Hey, freeze, ladies. 1 and 2 and 3. Here we go, and freeze. Hey, it's time to get live. It's time to represent. Sister Circle, what time is it? Hey, it's time to play. It's time to. So let's go claim it. Let's go. Sister. I said sister. I said yielding. I said yielding. I said sister. I said sister. I said access. I said access. We yielding. We yielding. I said breakthrough. Praise him. Breakthrough. It's time to get live. It's time to represent. Sister Circle, what time is it? Go on, praise him. Hey, hey, 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 go on, praise him. Go Nicole, go get it, girl. Go on, praise him. Go get it, girl. Go get it, girl. Knock it out, girl. Knock it out, girl. Hey, go get it. 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 It's time to get live. It's time to represent. Sister Circle, what time is it? Praise him. Hey, hey, we need to praise him. Hey, hey, we need to praise him. Hey, hey, we need to praise him. Hey, hey, clap it up, y'all. Team, clap it up, team. Clap it up, team. Go get him, team. Go get him, team. Go get it. Synergy team. This is Synergy team. Hey, hey, this is Synergy team. Synergy team. And a Synergy team.
Sisters, will you give it up for the Synergy team? I mean, I felt like doing the running man. Didn't the snake? What's some other old school dancing? I just felt like dancing. I don't know, they made you want to dance. All right, y'all, it's time for our School of Business pep rally. Listen, I have been hyped all week. Y'all sit down. I've been hyped all week about this moment. This has been an amazing break. We have had time to rest, to just soak in what happened on day 21. And look, Synergy team coming in, they ain't even out of breath, y'all. Sisters online, I need y'all to know. They come in calm, like they didn't just go off, okay? All the way off. I'm out of breath. I need water, anything. Capri Sun, anything, please, at this moment, okay? But I'm excited because our School of Business is something, ladies, that you have asked for. Some of our sisters are here in the center, but many of our sisters who are online, we want to welcome you tonight to the School of Business Prep Rally. Facebook sisters. And to all of our cathedral sisters, we love you and we're so glad to see you too. So wherever you are, the School of Business is going to reach you there. And before I go further into it, they given me some assignments, but I am so thankful for this amazing team that is leading our School of Business, because we have so many women in our sisterhood who have a vision to start businesses, to move up the corporate ladder, who are already in business, and some who have closed the business down, want to relaunch a business. Wherever you are in that process, it's getting ready to go down, sis, okay? It's getting ready to go down. And so I believe that I'm just introducing one special person, and then we'll go on and make sure that you meet the entire team. But today I am honored that a dear friend of mine who I have known for some time now, many years now. I'm not even going to say how many years. I got to count back a little bit. But I know well over maybe almost 10 years now. And she is, I'm going to tell you, I am just, I watch and I'm amazed by how she balances being a wife, being a mother, being a daughter, and being a really a mogul, a business mogul. And that's what I'm going to call her, because honestly, she is. She is a mogul. She is the CEO and owner of Borrowed Candy Bar Stations. Everybody in our city and in our area knows about Something Borrowed, because we have all gotten probably 10 pounds heavier by eating what is in her store. But we'll talk about that later. And so she not only has owned her own business, but she is a mass communications degree holder from WSSU. Any Rams in the building? Okay, it is Aggie week. Okay. All right, we'll talk about that later. But she has 13 years of marketing experience. She is a proud member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. She is a proud mom in Jack and Jill of America. She has done major business moves in our community. She has risen to the top as one of the premier African American female business owners in the Piedmont Triad. And so I went to her in all humility, just asking her, will she take on the responsibility of being the dean of the Sister Circle School of Business? And she graciously accepted. And so with everything in me, with all of the excitement that I have in me, I want you to help me to pump and love on our new dean of the Sister Circle School of Business, none other than Lori Poe. Come on, Lori. Come on, Lori. And she fine, too. She fine, too. Lori, just say hello to the ladies, introduce yourself, and then we'll give it over to Tamika.
Hello. Is my mic on?
Is her mic on? Okay.
Here, there we go. Hey, ladies. I am so excited to be here tonight. I am one of the back pew members of the Sister Circle. I creep in about 7:15, 7:16 on the mornings, but I'm so excited to be here tonight. And not only that, I'm so excited to be the new dean. I was like, what? I don't have that many letters behind my name, so to be, when Lady asked me to be a dean, I was like, okay. So excited to be here tonight, but thank you for having me. We're going to have some fun tonight, and I'm just happy to be here.
All right. Hey, sis. Hey. How are y'all doing tonight? You guys look so beautiful here in the center. We're so grateful for everyone who is tuned in online as well. So listen, I am so excited to introduce our newest curriculum to the Sister Circle University, which is going to be our School of Business. And so we have ignited everyone's fire for the kingdom of God. We are carrying the fire for Jesus Christ. So we're now wanting to take that to the next level. So we're wanting to ignite the fire within everybody's dreams, their talents, their gifts, towards either starting or growing your business, or either climbing that corporate ladder. We would love to see our sisters doing great in the corporate world. So the goal of the program is to assist our sisters in career and entrepreneurial endeavors. The School of Business is here to help and encourage the ladies along the way while they're maneuvering through life as well as the business world. We are also here to hold each of us accountable and to point the sisters in the right direction to have a successful business with longevity. And then the School of Business is also here to give the sisters access to a collective of experienced womanpreneurs. We done changed the name, y'all. With the skill set, knowledge to see your professional vision come through. And so why did the Sister Circle want to tackle this endeavor? Well, because we feel that it is important because entrepreneurship is the backbone of the economy. And women entrepreneurs are the catalyst for change and instrumental in the process of economic development. The number of women-owned businesses increased 21%, while other businesses owned by others only increased by 9%. Women entrepreneurs has been recognized during the last decade as an important untapped source of economic growth. And women entrepreneurs have created new jobs not only for themselves, but also for others. Employment by women-owned businesses grew 8%, while others only grew 1.8%. So are y'all ready to make some money moves? Well, the time is now to make these dreams come to a reality. So sisters in the center, there will be a time at the end for you to ask your questions. Sisters online, if you have questions, drop it in the chat. Preface it by saying HR, and we will do our very best to get those questions asked on tonight. So listen, without further ado, to all my sisterpreneurs, to all my boss sisters, make some noise as we welcome our sister, Tiffany Fisher, to the stage.
Good evening again. Thank you so much for joining us. I am excited tonight, before I go to my little corner, that I get to host our panel discussion tonight with the other ladies that are going to be leading the School of Business. Lori, we are excited to have you. Welcome. Thank you so much for being a part. And so Lori's team is going to consist, we have 3 other ladies that are here tonight. And what we're going to do is we're going to introduce them, and we'll have just ask some questions and get them to tell you a little bit about themselves. You'll get an opportunity to see what they have to offer. They'll be teaching the classes, and there'll be a lot of opportunities for you to be able to get to know them. So we're going to get started. We will first start with our first advisor. They are going to be advisors. The first advisor is, please help me give a round of applause to Cassandra Derm. Cassandra is the owner of Black Girl Candle Company. And then our next advisor is Miss Jacqueline Jackson. She is the owner of Strategic Resources. And we are missing Keisha Thorpe. She is out of town, but she is also an advisor, and she will be focusing on helping the woman that is climbing the corporate ladder. So we are going to get started, and we will first start with start here with Jackie right to my immediate right. Just tell us a little bit about, just take a minute and tell us what you would like for us to know about you.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to share with you. I'm Jackie Jackson from Thomasville, North Carolina. I am an Aggie. Aggie Pride. And I have had several businesses, and so I'm looking forward to sharing with you some of my ups and some of my downs. I want to be very transparent with you, to share with you that entrepreneurship isn't easy. It's not the glamorous that a lot of people make it look. It is hard work, and so I'm looking forward to sharing with you and helping you get in this grind with us and grow your business.
Cassandra?
What's up, y'all? Durham. I am the owner and founder of Black Girl Candle Company. We create one-of-a-kind scent experiences for stressed out women looking for moments of peace and clarity. I would love to tell you I've been in business since Jesus was a baby, but that is not it. I was one of those people that was at home doing nothing during COVID, and since wasn't nobody looking for nobody to come preach nowhere, we started making candles, and my business has, God has just blessed it to grow, and so we're gonna walk this thing out. The ups and downs, the highs, the lows, the times that we're gonna be crying. Trust me, because we're gonna cry some. But also the times when we celebrate each other and have joy, and really just having somebody to be able to walk this thing out with you. So that's what we're gonna do.
All righty. So Lady has already kind of given Lori's background, but I want to start our first question with you, and we'll present, this question to everybody. So straight out the gate, tell us one of the greatest lessons you've learned as a womanpreneur.
And okay, my mic is working. Okay, one of the greatest lessons that I've learned as being a womanpreneur, I would say it would definitely be to surround myself with people who are doing better than me. I feel like, you hear the saying, you have to network to increase your net worth. And that's very true. So I feel like, you definitely need to get in the circles of people who are doing better than you. You can't just be around people who are doing the same as you, because that won't motivate you to step your game up. So I feel like that's probably been one of the biggest lessons that I've learned. Not being afraid, stepping out there and just saying hello to someone. You never know how far it can get you. You never know what doors it may open for you. So, yeah.
Cassandra?
I think the biggest thing I've learned is to not quit. Don't stop. Because one thing about owning your own business and being an entrepreneur is that it's very hard to dictate every single thing of your business. So some things are going to be really high, and some things are going to be really low. I find it's hard for me, at least, to have everything going well at the same time. Like, it's two things doing well, but it's five things popping off crazy over here. So I would say don't quit. Even in the nights when you don't have anybody to talk to, anybody to bounce it off of, anybody that even understands what you're going through, don't quit. Even if you have to take a step back for a minute, regroup, come back, and do it again, because you have to understand that being an entrepreneur, there's no such thing as failure. There's only experiences. And I think sometimes we get so caught up in, oh my God, I launched this and it didn't work, or I pulled down a candle in a heartbeat. Okay, I don't have time to keep walking around a mountain for 40 years. You have to just keep going. If that didn't work, it doesn't mean it failed. It just means that go back to the drawing board, see what you can tweak, do it again, try it again. So just don't stop.
For me, I would say my biggest lesson was knowing that there are people who want and need the services that I'm offering, They just don't want it from me. And so that was a tough lesson to learn because those people would be friends, they would be family. I knew they needed the services that I was providing, but they knew they needed it. They just didn't want to get it from me. And so you have to know when and where to look for your customer. Everybody isn't going to be your customer, so you need to know who your customer is, and that's who you go after.
That's good. Great answers, great answers. I don't want to put you ladies on the spot, but with Keisha not being here for the corporate sister, I do want to give them some advice. And so that's the good thing about our team here is that they've all been in corporate America as well. So Jackie, quickly, for the corporate woman, what was the lesson?
You have to know who you are and what you bring to the table. As many times I was in corporate, I didn't let other people kind of downplay my skills. So it's important for you to know what you're bringing to the table and be comfortable with what you're bringing to the table. And so don't get in rooms and be quiet and sit back because you're the only woman in the room. There were many rooms I was the only female in, but I made myself known. So that's very important for you when you're in corporate to, don't back down from those situations. Be comfortable with who you are and what it is you bring to the table.
Good stuff. And that transitions us right into our next question, which is, what was the biggest adjustment that you had to make transferring from corporate America into being a womanpreneur? Laura, you want to start us?
Oh, see, they ain't tell me that part. I was like, the biggest just adjustment period, not just coming from corporate, but for me, I feel like I'm a control freak, and so I'm a recovering control freak. That's what my therapist would want me to say. And so, but I feel like wanting to feel like I have to do it all, a big adjustment that I had to make was hiring a team. Because I feel like I physically can't do it all. If I do, I'm going to be motherless and husbandless. So really having to get a team, knowing how to delegate and really let it go, not micromanage it, not check up on it, not say, okay, well, if you can't do it, I'm going to do it. Really letting go because, the your business isn't functioning if it can't function without you. I had to learn that. So yeah, that was probably the biggest adjustment I had, having to hire a team and realizing that I can't do it all myself.
And when you say a team, that doesn't mean a whole lot of people. And I'm just putting this out there because I know your assistant is major in your life.
She'sthebomb.com.
Just to elaborate, because I don't want people to think, oh, I start a business immediately. I can't afford that.
Yeah.
And so I don't want them to be discouraged and thinking you got to have a whole lot of people, because you have, what's her name?
And it's Brittany.
Yeah,
Brittany.
Yes.
But hiring the right people too,
Yes.
because you can hire one person that works as hard as three, and she does. So it's hiring the right people is key too.
Good. Cassandra?
I was so busy listening to her answer.
What was the biggest adjustment that you had to make transferring from corporate to being a womanpreneur?
Learning how to manage my time. Because you can get so caught up in doing your business that you forget about everything else around you. And so I've had to really learn how to manage. I was one time had one of those sheets that said from 7 to 7:30, 7:30 to 8 o'clock, really. Because, we live in a time of social media. We live in a time of Pookie and Man and Fat them, and somebody's coming by and all this other stuff. And you have to learn how to say, you know what? Are you buying something? Because I get off, after a while and we can do something then, but really learning how to manage your time and learning that, like she said, learning how to hire people to do the things that you can't do. That was hard for me.
Or the things you can do.
Right, yeah.
To free you up to do something else.
Yeah. Because it really, you do, and can I just say, it's a matter of trust too. Because for me, what I realized, it was that I had to trust the people to do it, and so that's a thing. You got to be able to trust people, but also you have to trust yourself that you're making the best choices for your business when you bring other people into it.
That's good.
My biggest adjustment was adjusting to the 15th and the 30th. Payday.
I know that's
There
right.
was no payday when you in your own business. So that was a big adjustment for me. One, just from expense wise, money coming in, now money became what I did. I couldn't depend on the man sending me my check and, direct deposit showing up because there were some 15th and 30th that came and there was no money coming in. But guess what? Due Powell was still knocking. So that's a big adjustment. And so I do encourage you that if you are in corporate and planning to transition out, that's part of your transition as well, making sure you're financially ready to do that. Or I always tell people, spend time and be a sidepreneur, which means you working for the man, but on the side you're doing your thing. Yeah. And while you're building up your pot, so that when you do step out, you can put the time in and you can focus on your business because you're not focused on and worried about your finances. So that was an adjustment for me.
That's good. That's good. Sisters, make sure if you have questions, you are putting those in the chat as well. If you are in the building, Sister Regina, she'll take your questions and we will answer those at the end. I do want to deviate just a little bit from our questions here, and I want to talk about the discipline because none of you touched on that yet. And I know sometimes when people think of like starting your own business, they think of free time. And how, I just got free time. I don't have to report to anybody. That's the biggest thing for me during the pandemic is at home. Do y'all have more free time? You ain't got to go into the office. Y'all take advantage of that. I'm the only one. I carry my laptop around. Okay. So, but we think when we own our own business, it's our own time. And let's talk about that a little bit. The number of hours you put in versus, you working on the clock for, 9 to 5, working 9 to 5. Is that, for somebody starting their business, is that what they can look forward to, a 9 to 5?
No. You actually work more when you start your business. You work more than you did when you were doing 9 to 5. But guess what? You're working for yourself. And so you're putting the time in and the hours in for yourself. Now, I can sit here and say that, but has that always been my story? No, because I always get frustrated because I'm always working. And, case in point, for the ladies that went to New York, I was working. And everybody kept saying, every time we look, you got your laptop open. Because I had to work. And as I stated earlier, is that if I wasn't working, that when I came back from New York, I had expenses waiting for me. You guys at work, you asked for PTO. You got paid to go to New York, basically. So you got your paycheck still. You went to New York, you still got your paycheck, and then you came back. But when I came back, I still had clients sitting there looking at me like, you didn't do my work. And so you do have to put the extra time in, but the beauty of it is that you control that time, and so that's the difference. And so you do have to put the extra hours in, but just keep in mind you're putting it in for yourself.
That's good. I would say, as far as discipline, I still work a regular job. The discipline for me comes in when things are not happening and I still have to show up. Yeah. Because I'm not committed to that. I'm committed to owning my own business. So discipline to me is real easy when money is flowing, clients are flowing, things are great. But the real discipline comes in when ain't nothing happening. Because I have this thing that I say all the time. I'm getting up and I'm going to this shop and I expect God to meet me there. Now how he meets me there and when he meets me there is none of my business. But my part of it, of the discipline, is that I get up and I go every day, regardless. Whether it's $5.4 million in the bank or if it's negative 25. So I don't want you to think that you're going to have to sacrifice, right? It is. But it's so worth it, but you're still going to have to sacrifice and you're going to have to put the time in. But I don't want to give you this false sense of hope of like, oh my God, it's going to be great. Sometimes I stand in my business and I say, start a business, they said. It would be fun, they said. But the reward that I get, because I determine what happens there. So it really is discipline. You have to, at some points, choose the life you want to live, right? And you make that choice every single time you choose something. Because either you're saying yes to your business or you're saying no to your business. So which one shall it be? And sometimes I have to say, oh, you want to go out to eat with your friends? Yeah? Really? Okay. But then that means I may have to work to midnight. So the discipline is, for me, is the showing up when it's not great. Because I can show up all day when everybody buying candles. When it's Christmas, it's wonderful. But what about in August when it's hot? You know? So I think, and I think about resilience and tenacity. And at some level, you do have to tap into that resilience and that tenacity and want it more than anything you've ever wanted in your life. And just say, you know what? I'm going to be uncomfortable for this little while to be comfortable later.
Right.
So, and that's the whole discipline of showing up. Don't quit.
All of what they said, all of it. I think the biggest thing is, you're not putting in for PTO or there are no sick days. There just aren't. I remember I was in the hospital in labor with my son. We had a wedding that weekend, and I'm like trying to figure it out, like on the phone. There's just, you don't have that luxury. But at the same time, I think it's so rewarding when you look back over the years and you see your successes and you know that they were directly a result of the decisions that you made. Like, sometimes when you're working on a job, you might be working on a team and you do something great, but somebody else gets the credit for it, or your boss looks good, but like, I did this. Like, and I know, because I did this, I was able to do this and do this and do this. So it's exhausting, but it's rewarding. And I feel like, that discipline, it truly is what you put in it is what you get out. So, you could lay in the bed an extra hour or binge on Housewives when you're supposed to be doing client work, but you're going to pay for it in the end. So it's just, you just have to be self-employed is to be self-motivating as well. So, yeah.
Good. What do you think is the biggest misconception about women in business?
Probably that we are very emotional and that we can't deal with business without the emotion. I think that our emotion also helps us in business. So that is a misconception that people think, that people just say about us in general, that we're always just, very emotional. But I think that sometimes that emotion does help us in business, but sometimes we can be overly emotional, but we don't make our decisions in business based on emotion. And I think that's a misconception for us.
I think one of the huge things is that we are pushovers and that what we do should not be taken seriously. That there's got to be a man somewhere, behind the scenes. So I'm always amused a little bit when people don't quite believe that we're doing what we're doing. And like, yeah, I mean, we have babies. Like,
I know that's right.
surely, right, surely, we can do this too, so that's a huge thing. And I've noticed that in some meetings I've been in, and I tell them who I am, and they're like, well, no, and so be prepared for that, but also know how to handle it too, and just, if you're not writing me a check, it really don't matter.
Wow, I know that's right. Lauren?
I think, for me, it's like a trio of things. I'm young, I'm Black, and I'm a woman. So it's like, for example, we recently had a coding issue at our shop. And I think, when you're dealing with coding, inspections, all that stuff, they just feel like, oh, she's a girl. She's not going to understand that. But, and it's almost like the fire marshal came back, waiting to be like, oh, I know she ain't got her stuff together. And it's like, oh, no, I took care of it. So it's like being able to step up to the plate and know, like, okay, I can do this just as well as a man, or just as well as a person of a different race, or just as well as somebody who's been in business for 40 years. So I think really just showing up and stepping up to the plate and taking care of our business. So, yeah.
That's good. You touched on it earlier about hiring the team before you were not going to be a mama or you weren't going to have a husband. So let's talk about, how does it affect your personal lives? If you got a boo, juggling the time back and forth, trying to spend that time, how does it affect that?
It's horrible. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, like, cause I'm in business with my husband. So, and then but all of us, we have 3 businesses, like, with all of us. So it's like, he has to tell me when to turn it off, like, and I really, this could be like we could be here all night, but just really focusing in on his love language and all of that. And I know, I could literally stay up all night talking about business and stuff like that. So just really having to be intentional if we're out to dinner, not bringing up, like, I bet you can't not bring up business or not bring up our child. Go. And it's like, ooh, like, how's the weather? So it's just really like, it's definitely a challenge, but like I said, having to put that team in place. So it's like, okay, if I know I can't do this because I have to go take my son to a basketball game or he has t-ball practice or whatever, it's like you have to put that in place, because if not, you won't have any time for anybody else and you'll lose yourself. So, yeah.
Cassandra, Jackie, y'all want to add? Cassandra, did y'all see the look that she gave you?
It has definitely impacted. Early on, it impacted it to where that business and career was my sole focus. So early in my career, that's all I focused on was my career. So every decision I made, it was easy for me to make because it was just me. And so in that early part, in my 30s and in my 40s, because I am 50, but in my 30s and early 40s, I made those decisions and I sacrificed the relationship. And so then when I got in my mid-40s and got in a relationship, I looked back and said, I lost all that time. I could have. If I did this, I could have. And so, but now when you get into a relationship now, because at a different point in life, we're looking for something different. And so we make it a part of our relationship. And so it's important that, I enjoy what he does and he enjoys what I do. And so we work with that. And obviously the beauty of it is that he came into my life when I was already in business. So he stepped into this. So it's not a now unless you not do this unless you paying the bills, which he's not. So, that's, how that worked. So he stepped into it. So he kind of already knew, but we kind of complement each other in that space as well.
Okay. I'm going to be quiet for a minute. You gave me the eye, so I'm getting ready to move on unless you want 2 minutes. No, you.
I will say this. Okay. If you open the door, I'm going to walk in it. So here's the thing, like, for me, I don't have time for that. Honestly, I don't. I have a job. I have a business. I have grandchildren. I mean, for real, and I'm not ever going to discount it, but just for today. For today, because I dare not. I know our words have power. So just for today, it's really hard for me to make room unless they got a candle anointing.
Candle anointing.
Fold up a box anointing, a shipping anointing, some kind of something. For real. But it's all. I think that you make the best choices and decisions at the time that you can. And so for me, it's just not an issue. I
got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that with us. All right, we have a Facebook question. Thank you, Mother Faye. And the question is, can you discuss the importance of writing down the business plan and conduct your research for your area of focus?
So everything you do, I mean, you need to write it down because for one, it keeps you on task. So it's important for you to have a business plan, but that's a fluid document. So that's not something that you write and then put it to the side. It is a fluid document, so it moves with you along with your business. But just like, and we're gonna, we've been trying to keep it business, but, just for spiritual, just like on your spiritual side, you have to refer back to your Bible, and that Bible tells you what you should be doing. Your business plan tells you what you should be doing in your business. So if it's not in your business plan, if your business plan is to do candles, I don't want to look up Cassandra and you over here selling shoes. Okay? Because somebody one day came up and said, oh, I want to buy some shoes. So now she started selling shoes. And so you're like, hold on. You off your plan.
That's good.
So that's what your business plan is for. And so that's for you to write down what it is you want your business to look like, what it looks like right now, what it will look like in 5 years, and what it will look like in 10 years. And in 10 years, it may look like I'm going to shut down and move to something else. But if that's in your business plan, you know that. And so when year 10 comes, you're not surprised that I'm shutting my business down because I already knew that. That was in my business plan.
That's good. Laura?
Yeah, I think that's great what she said. And not to say you can't be passionate about multiple things. I mean, whoever thought I'd be selling popcorn, like, but I feel like, you definitely need to have the goal. The goal is to be able to run that business without you. If you die today, somebody else can pick that plan up and go with it. Your children can take that plan one day and go with it. So I feel like that's the plan. So you are, like you said, you're always changing that plan. You're always, okay, I learned this today. Don't ever do this again, or do this next year this time. Like, I love finding notes that I wrote myself last year about something that went wrong last year. So it should be ever changing, ever growing, and it should be something, like you said, if somebody else were to pick it up, they know the formula of how you made it work and how you were a success.
That's good. In 2 sentences, each of y'all, tell us, how did you know you were supposed to start your business? So, Cassandra, how did you know it was candles?
Really, it was a God experience. Because I was making pound cakes. Pivot. I was. And so during that time, what I discovered was that it was really about being the light and illuminating for other people. And so it was very much that God experience of what you doing? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? And so it's really about illumination and lighting the way for other people.
Okay. Jackie?
I don't know. I really don't. It just happened. And one thing about me that you will learn is that, I will take a risk. So if somebody says they need to start selling shoes, I might look into it and figure out, okay, let me figure out what it takes to sell shoes. So I'm a person that will identify a need. And if there is a need, then I'm going to say, let me figure out how I can make that into a business. And I think that's really how all of my businesses happened. It's just the need showed up, and there was nothing to fill the need. Then I said, here am I, send me. So I became the need.
Can I say something about that, though? So one of the things that she just said, she just dropped a huge nugget in here. Find something that needs a solution to it, and you will always have a customer. That was huge. Like, if you find your niche, if you find the solution to a problem, you will always have a customer. And that was huge. That was huge.
I feel like this is gonna sound really silly, but I didn't want to work for anybody else. Like, it was just that. Like, I've even, like, even in college, I knew like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna work for the man for a little bit until I can get out and do whatever it is. I'm gonna sell something. I don't know what I'm gonna, fill a need and do a service or something. But I think it was just figuring out, what that thing is. And I think the goal for everybody is to have their own time to themselves and to be their own boss. And I really feel like it doesn't matter if you're doing real estate. It doesn't matter if you're selling skincare, whatever it is. I think everybody kind of is chasing after that. I just want to be in control of my time. That's like the value to me, is having my time. So, yeah.
Good. Another question from social media. What type of things do you guys do for personal development to keep yourselves built up?
I stay in somebody's class. I do, like, I will go to an academy. I will go to a mentorship program because I understand that it's important to pay people for their knowledge and their intellectual property. I think it's wrong to expect people to give you something they've cried, prayed, and sacrificed and worked for. So I believe in mentors. I believe in paying them. I believe in taking classes. If somebody throw up a Zoom on how to do hopscotch and I need that, I'm going to be hopscotching and figuring it out. Because you have to understand that this is your business. So you have to tap into everything that will sharpen what you do. And so it's just like your faith walk, though, right? You sign up for different biblical classes and how to learn the Bible in 30 days, and for real, like we the same level of investment. You have to do it. So I believe in taking classes, and sometimes those classes are in another state, another place.
That's one.
Yeah, and just go and just the thing about it is, we want a lot of times for everything to be boom, here it is. But let me tell you something. God provides as you go, right? So we don't have all the answers in the beginning. You have to connect with people that already paved the way, because a lot of time and trouble will be saved if we get with those mentors, we get with those people that's already done. They may not be doing what you're doing, but they may have walked the road. So you make the sacrifice. If they live in, you just go and you do, and you just make the sacrifice because it's important.
Jackie?
Definitely reading. I do a lot of Googling, YouTube, but I also would suggest that you link up with a coach, a business coach, and someone that's doing what you want to do, or you see them progressing in business as you want to progress. Link up with that person and get an accountability partner as well. We do it on other sides, but those things kind of help me personally, because it's not always conversations about business. Sometimes it's conversations about Jackie and how Jackie can be better, how Jackie is blocking her business. That's the biggest conversation that I have every 2 weeks with my coach. It's like, it's you. Okay, well, what can I do? Again, I'm 50. I've been doing this 50 years. So she is who she is. So, linking up with somebody who's going to be honest with you and to help you. And that definitely is how I really do my personal development.
I love sliding in people's inbox on Instagram, and I like going to conferences and stuff like that too, but I feel like, why recreate the wheel when I just need a tire rotation? So it's like, you're gonna get that when you get home. But I'm like, I one of my friends I watch, and we like Instagram friends in my head. Like, I ain't never met her in real life, but we real friends. But I slid in her inbox, and I literally saw, over the course of following her for 3 years, her take shipping out of her garage to being on Oprah's Christmas list, like in 3 years. So I slid in her inbox one day, and I was like, look, give me a 15-minute Zoom call. That's all I need. And she gave it to me. I slid her some popcorn, thank you, whatever. And I do believe in paying people for their services too, but I feel like a lot of us think we have to chart this uncharted territory or something. And it's just like, there are people out there doing what you want to do that have done it successfully. So I think a lot of times, like I mentioned before, we're intimidated and we don't want to ask, but a lot of people will share with you. If they sense that you're serious, they will share with you because they want to. That's one thing, when she was giving out the stats about women business owners, we're going to tell you how we did it. We're going to try to help you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Good. Any more questions? I know we're almost at time. We're going to wrap up, but I want to see if anybody has any more questions before we close with one more question. And nothing online. We're good. Okay. So we'll close with this question. I lost my train of thought. The School of Business. Tell us one thing why the ladies should sign up. Now, I personally am super excited. Like Lori said, I am that person with my nonprofit. I will just ask. Yeah. And I did learn that from, everybody knows the lady has mentored me through this and pastors, and that's their thing. Don't try to recreate the wheel, ask. So tell us, what do they have to look forward to? Just one thing, just a sneak peek of why they need this.
I think,
Lori, as Dean, you go last.
Okay. I think one of the reasons that you should join the School of Business is that you have to fundamentally understand that when women own and operate small businesses, you impact your community. You want to see change in your community? Seriously, if you want to figure out how to significantly impact your community, become a business owner. But not only that, a lot of times we've been sitting on our dreams, and because we've heard people say, you can't do this, this can't be done. Yes, you can. And if you just need somebody to tell you, I'm telling you, you can do it. So sign up, let's get started.
That's good. Jackie?
I think you need to be looking forward to the School of Business because there is so much information that has already been planned for the School of Business. But it's information that we're going to give you, but we're not going to put you out there and leave you by yourself. That's the biggest thing that I like about the School of Business model. So we're up here and we're not proclaiming to have done it all or to even know it all. But if we know that if you step on this corner, you're going to fall off, we're going to go ahead and tell you, don't step on that corner because you're going to fall off. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you and to guide you, but to hold you accountable. Don't tell us you want to start a business if you don't want to start a business, because we're going to be on you like spider monkeys to make sure you start and stay in your business.
I'm just going to piggyback off what she said. I think the beautiful thing about this sisterhood of the Sister Circle is the fact that you're not in this alone. I laugh. One of my friends, Ebony, I think she's on the live, but she used to text me like, Lord, get up. It's 6 a.m. I'm like, because I asked her to remind me, you know what I'm saying? Get me up. If you don't see me online, wake me up. So I feel like this is the same thing with the School of Business. It's like you are embarking on this journey with your sisters. So it's like, you're not in this alone. I want to get my own salon. Girl, I want to get my own salon too. Let's get in this thing together. Let's do it. And I'm going to have your back, like she said, with the ledge. Not only, do you have one person watching you on the edge, you got everybody that's kind of helping you and rooting for you to win. So, if you do nothing else for yourself, do this. Do this.
Good. Last question for real, y'all. We're getting late, but last question. Tell us each the name of your business, because the ladies online didn't hear it in the beginning and they want to be able to support.
Strategic Resources.
A little bit about what you do.
Oh, that's what you said. I'm following instructions. Strategic resources, we help you fit all the pieces together. We are a virtual assistance business, so we assist you virtually anything from admin, operational, and project management.
Good.
Black Girl Candle Company, we create one-of-a-kind scent experiences for stressed out women looking for moments of peace and clarity. We recently launched our men's line, and so check us out.
Something Borrowed, and that's BAROWED, like the candy bar. You can find us on Instagram at Something Borrowed. Our website is www.somethingborrowed.com. We are 3 businesses in one. We are a children's party room located downtown Greensboro. We also do candy bar stations, and we do gourmet popcorn. And my other business is Glorified Marketing Solutions. You go to Google, type in glorified marketing. I'm the first thing that comes up, and I provide marketing solutions, graphic design, website design, and branding help for female entrepreneurs.
Can we give them a round of applause? The School of Business launches Monday, November 1st. Yes. So how do you sign up? The School of Business launches Monday, November the 1st. Hopefully everybody is already a member of our Sister Circle Online University platform, and we'll send you a message. You should be getting them. You know how now when something new drops, you get it? That's what happened Monday whenever we launch. All righty. Thank y'all so much for joining, for being us. Let's give our panelists a round of applause. And we are going to wrap up with our very own Circle Pastor.
Y'all, are these girls not bad to the bone? I mean, my God, I got to get behind them because they so fine and stuff. So y'all get ready. We're going to have a good time. These ladies are amazing, and they are ready. It's going to be like boot camp, right, Lori? It's going to be like boot camp. So if you're ready to start your business, if you're ready to climb the corporate ladder, let's do it. These are your coaches. They already said they are going to be on you like a spider monkey, okay? Emphasis on the spiders. A lot of hopping going to be going on, okay? We love you, and we'll see you Monday, 6:30 a.m. Bye, y'all. I love you. All right. That was awesome. We done?